And she goes and says she attributes efficiency in great part to the fact that she does her best to be direct and make herself clear, and that's important in communication, right? Clarity is important, being direct is important. Someone said, I think it's Thomas Edison or whoever did, or Thomas Jefferson, said something about the fact that one of the problems, one of the challenges in communication is when people think that communication has been done when it has not been done. I mean, you pass the message, you assume that it's come across, whereas the people didn't understand what you said, right? You just said something, but they have no clue where you're coming from, where you're going to, or where you are, So it's important to be sure, that when we communicate, it's been received the way we intended, or we intend to communicate, right? Because until the person you're talking to receives it, you have not communicated, right? Communication is done when the person you're talking to is able to see the picture that you see, right? It's able to feel the way that you feel, and that person understands what him or she or her wants you to do, right? Until you've done that, you have not communicated, you've just spoken, right? And there are a lot of people that speak and think they've communicated, right? Don't forget, again, communication is between two hearts, right? Not between two heads. Yes, it gets communicated with the head, but it's coming from the heart, right? Communication proceeds from the emotion of the person communicating, coming from what the heart wants to say to someone else. But the heart is not a transmission system. The brain, the mind is. So the heart passes on to the mind to transmit it to the intended person or persons. And those people receive it not with their heart, but with their head. But that's not communication yet. It needs to go beyond from their head to their heart. Until it gets to their heart, communication has not been done. Right? So communication is between two hearts, not one heart, not the heart to the head, not the head to the head. It's one heart to the other heart. But to get to the heart, it has to go from the heart to the head, head to head, head to heart. Right? And it helps when you're clear about what you're saying to achieve that. Right? And Bethany goes on and says that I'm known for my directness and standing by my word. Right? And the more confusion you take away from a communication standpoint, the easier it is for your audience to get what you're trying to pass on to them. So it helps, to be direct, like Bethany is saying here, to be direct, to be clear. It helps in communication, right? So those are probably tips along the line of communication. And, we got to communicate in different spheres, right? At home, with our spouse, in a relationship, with our children, with our colleagues, our boss, those that work for us, wherever we find ourselves, right? In life, the only way we can operate, right, or the only way we can connect is by communication, because communication is all about connection. When one heart is speaking to another heart, it's connection, right? When the heart to heart is a connection. Where there's no connection, there's no communication. Where there's no communication, there's no connection, right? They go hand in hand together, right? So it is a human thing, right? But all of that, just tying into what Bethany says, that helps our communication, kind of ties to the fact of what is popular, in scripture, where it talks about what Jesus Christ says, that you should let your yes be yes and your no be no, because anything beyond that comes from the evil one. The Apostle James goes on and says that, let your yes be yes, let your no be no, because lest you be subject to judgment, right? So it's important just telling you that We need to be, let our words mean something. Don't be cheap with your words. Let your words mean something. Don't be cheap with your words, right? If you say yes, let it be that people can run with your yes. If you say no, let it be that people can run with your no, right? I know different things weigh against people being in those places, in that position where you can say that. Wherever you find yourself, you need to work towards where you can say that, because that is a place of maturity, right? When you're not there, not being able to let your yes matter or mean something, you're not matured, right? Maturity is being able to be in a place where your yes is your yes, your no is your no, right? You're not dancing to what is popular or being ruled by people's emotions, or you're trying to please people. That's the easy way to hell, right? Maturity is that place where people can stand by my word. When I say a word, people know I mean what I say, right? And I say what I mean, right? Simply that. Let's discuss a bit more on that, right? And so simply when we say let your yes be your yes and your no be your no, it's just saying that we should be truthful, we should be sincere, we should be honest. That is what you will expect from everyone, right? That's something we should expect from ourselves, and expect from others also. If we're going to have a true relationship, right? And that relationship could be just friendship, marriage, business. This is an essential pillar, right? In that, be truthful. Be truthful. Let people hear your word, and they can go to rest with it. Right? Be sincere, right? And be honest, right? So you say what you mean. You mean what you say. There are no levels of truthfulness. You're either truthful or not. You're not a quarter truthful, a half truthful. It's just like we talk about integrity, right? You're not have integrity. There are no levels of integrity. There are no levels of truthfulness, right? You're either truthful or not. You're either a person of integrity or not, right? So it's let your yes be yes, let your no be no. Let it be that people can go to rest once they've heard from you, right? And just like you cannot be half pregnant, you cannot be half truthful, right? So if you're truly going to make it a life, if you're truly going to make it a business, if you're truly going to make it a marriage, if you're truly going to make it as a parent, if you're truly going to make it as a friend, you need to get to that place, where people can rest on your word, right? So like we typically would say, someone would say honesty is the forgetting what how that quote goes, that makes a lot of difference, in business, that people can trust you. Because until they can trust you, then they cannot entrust or put in your hands the valuable things that can make a difference to what you do, right? Let's continue along that line. And so the battle for truthfulness, is fought